Welcome to Yvng Scvm Artist Highlight. You're here with Robert Lamont and Busta Grime. Today we are joined by rapper Buckwheat Bill from New Smyrna Beach, aka Beyonce's little brother, aka Trap Demon. Buckwheat is the blueprint of what Florida rappers are today, and throughout we will discuss why. Currently, he released his newest mixtape titled Easy Call. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
So,
What's going on?
man, chill.
So tell us, man, who is Buckwheat Bill? What's the story behind your name?
I was younger, maybe like high school, like 8th grade, going to 9th grade. I was like starting to like grow my hair out. I didn't really take care of it. A couple niggas called me Buckwheat. I kind of fucked with it, and then I kind of needed a name anyways. And then I put the Bill after I seen Silence of the Lambs and Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
I got the Bill from that. And I put the Bill on myself, and then I spelled it different, a few different times.
Yeah. Like you used to spell it out with CK like way back then.
No
You used
H
to
still,
post on
though.
like Vimeo and stuff.
Yeah, no H still.
How did the double K come about?
I was locked up. I'm thinking about changing my name to just Buck. And I was gonna change it to like BUHK, like a sound, more than like a word. And then put BUKK, and then I kept spelling it different ways. I had a sheet of paper and I wrote it down so many different ways. I later just picked my favorite one. The way I like the way it looked. And that's I came up with it. Then found out later that shit was like kind of like gang related. I wasn't even in my mindset. I'm
Oh,
from
shit.
Florida, you know what I mean? No, yeah, that K shit is like, yo, people think I'm blood or some shit, but that's not it. I want to let that be known. I just spell it like that.
Damn.
And I spell everything like that. Came up with all that just doodling on a piece of paper. I was like, I'm gonna start using the hella K's because I was on my dark shit. It just looks darker. That's why.
Well, yeah, man. You
I'll
just
switch it up.
got inspiration from the moment
Yeah.
and just ran with it. Hell yeah, no.
You were born in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And then you moved to New Smyrna
When I was 3.
when you were 3. Why there out of all the beach towns in Florida?
I called my mom.
Call your mom.
Yeah, I mean, nah. Oh, no. I mean, I can kind of answer. We had family there.
Okay, so that was pretty much the only reason.
My mom's whole side. My dad's side's from Texas and like Louisiana, and my mom's from Florida. And
Mhm.
yeah, pretty much Florida.
And what was it like growing up in New Smyrna? There's like a big culture of skating and surfing there, right?
Yeah, I like it. I like looking back on it. I started to love it more because it's like literally who I am, like through and through. Made me kind of like unique, I guess. 'Cause I went to like every single elementary school.
Mhm.
So I went to like the one on the beach. I went to like the white trash one. Then I went to the one in the hood. So I was like, so by the time I got to middle school, I had a little bit of everything going on. So
Mhm.
it was kind of like that.
High Times took out an article about this New Smyrna Beach cultivated triangle.
The triangle
kush.
kush.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about that?
That was a moment.
When was like the last time you got your hands on that triangle kush?
High school type shit. But I remember it was like, I don't know if this is the right term, high commodity. Like it was like if you had that shit, you knew somebody and you had a little bit of bread. It was a little like probably $10 more, but we in 9th grade, so
Worth it.
Yeah. I remember smoking that shit and it was you get really high. Especially in 9th grade. But it was like one of them like one hit quitters type weeds back then. It was like some surfer shit. It was dudes way on the beach, some old surfers I heard that was growing it. Yeah. But that was like our little claim to fame. It was like, yeah, our town is in the High Times magazine.
I feel
Mhm.
that. I
That
feel
was
that.
cool.
So, how did you start getting into rapping growing up in NSB?
Started making beats first type shit, and then one day I just made a beat. I'm gassing myself up so hard. I was like, bro, anybody can rap over this. This beat so hard. I don't see why nobody would ever rap over this. I said it so many times, so I was like, okay, you write a verse then. No, it's my first verse, and then it kind of hit. So
What did you make the beat on? What program?
FL.
FL
Okay.
Studios, baby.
Back when we called it Fruity Loops.
Well, of course, and a lot of your earlier stuff as well. When you started rapping, all of that was you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like
Produced the whole first
the
real
whole
shit.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I'm gonna get back into that now. So I'm learning the split sheets and all that. I'm like, man, I could have made that beat. Half the time when I be working with producers now, them be my beat ideas completely. I'll come to the studio with the sample. I'll tell you what type of drums I want. I'll beat on the table. Some niggas is like stingy, don't want you to touch their shit. So I'll
Mhm.
beat on the table, like do that pattern. Like nigga, I could have. If you would have moved out of the way, I could have made the beat myself. Straight up. I think that kind of like I know when somebody's better than something than me, I want to move out the way and let them shine instead of acting like I can do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have an idea for something, I want a guitar on it. I know somebody who can play guitar really good. I'll easily hit them up and try to program it on Fruity Loops and try to do it myself. So one day, I get back into it.
One of your connections to making music starts with the name Robert Miller. Can you fill everybody in on who that is?
Yeah, Rob is somebody from New Smyrna. We kind of went to the same schools, but we didn't talk till like 8th grade going into 9th grade.
So like when did you
9th
guys start
grade.
working together?
So peep. So we had this mutual homie named Alden. And we and Rob used to like go to Alden's house a lot, and Alden come to our house, but me and Rob never kicked it. So I guess like at one point, Alden realized it was like, yo, you got Fruity Loops. This nigga's using Acid Pro making samples. You do kind of like the Southern Crunk thing. He was like, why don't y'all just hang out? And then we really just went over there. I seen him and his brother had their equipment and shit. It was like one of them situations where like you go to your friend's house, y'all hang out for the first time one day over the summer, then you back the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Then we just never stopped.
So what type of music did you guys start working on together?
We was just trying to mesh our sounds together. Like he was kind of on his J Dilla sampling technique, and I was like real big into 808s and shit like that.
Talking generationally, how do you feel as though your sounds have evolved over the years compared to what you were producing back then?
Mine's evolved because I kind of got deeper into rapping. So it's like when I started dropping music, I was getting so many beats in my email. I was not inspired to make beats no more. I had them like tap order, like.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like my sound. Now I'm becoming more of a rapper, so I'm like challenging myself on shit that I would never make.
666 Forever, that was released back in like 2013. Obviously not to be confused by 666 Forever, which also came out 2015, but that's Suicide Boys and Ramirez. Now, that track gained you a lot of attention online. You know, between music blogs, productions. Where did the concept of that title come from? Do you worship Satan, bro?
Nah. I don't worship anybody. That title it was like I was on that shit as far as like my imagery and like what I believed in at that time. Yes, I was on some shit. Mentally, I was on like some dark shit. But just came natural. I don't know. That was when I was like, it was kind of like I got out and I was really on that shit the whole time I was in there. And I feel like that kind of helped me get out. So when I got out, I was like, I'm on my 66 shit forever. Like, fuck it, that shit just got me out of jail. You know what I'm saying? So I was being loyal. I was being very loyal, just to say the least. So that's where it came from. I was so convinced I was on this shit forever. I was like, you know what I mean? But yeah, then it got, it got kind of played out.
Heard that. Especially with like everybody just started doing that whole dark shit, man. You still had a couple artists that like obviously threw that shit out. 3-6 Mafia, all those funk artists, you know what I'm saying? But like for it to become such a thing now, where it's so common, all these fucking rappers are throwing out that thing. In my opinion, I feel like that's almost like you set that trend.
That was on your 8886 EP.
8886, yeah. I had to drop it as a random single, and then the project kind of formed around that. So like the project was already kind of written. Most of it was written. I wrote it when I was locked up, and I got out, made beats to all the songs I wrote. And then 666 Forever was the only beat I didn't make on that project because it was so random. I done met software on Instagram or something, and then I found the beat on his YouTube, and then I messaged him and told him to take the beat down, send it to me.
Amazing. And then you filmed the music video and everything for that, right?
Yeah.
Were you producing with Fruity Loops for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the production that you did was all in that program.
It's the only thing I ever used.
Okay. What did that title mean of that release?
8886. So it's kind of like some weird code shit for my area code 386. So 3876. It really started out with a tattoo. I got it tattooed on my knuckles first, and then I decided to name my project after.
We all met about like 12 years ago at Close to the Edge Music Festival, put on by Robert Miller, who we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
That was in 2010. was a really ambitious music festival in Daytona. It had Diplo, Dame Funk, you played, a bunch of other bands as well. How did you being part of that happen?
Pretty much, I was living with Rob and his brother and his mom at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and can't remember what I was doing at the time, but it was like our schedules we wasn't kicking it all the time, and then so it's like I'm seeing the festival form like outside looking in, even though I'm in the house. It's like I don't know what they talking about. They keep talking about a festival. This is like before festivals was like a real big thing.
Big, yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm like, nigga, what you talking about? Like it's like talking about fields and shit. I'm like, whatever. They was always on some like different shit, kind of ahead of their time shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I just let them do their thing. Next thing you know, I'm seeing flyers all in the living room and shit, my name on it and shit like that. And then I don't know, I wasn't really involved. I was kind of just a fucking performer, even though I lived with them. But
Mm-hmm.
they didn't even involve me. They were just like, bro, this is when we tell you when your set time is, that's when you pull up. You know what I mean? And then I met you guys.
Yeah. We saw Buckwheat perform. We lost our shit, went up to him in the parking lot, connected, and I became your first manager, designed stuff and put out things with you.
You did the artwork for Lizzie Borden, Jemba Jemba.
The 886 cover, a bunch of
86 covers
things.
is legendary.
It was hard, yeah,
It's
for
still
sure.
hard.
How did you end up getting to know Diplo?
Check this out. This story actually goes back. So my mom took me and my brother on vacation somewhere near South Beach, Collins, some shit like that. We was young, but we was old enough to walk around by ourselves. So we couldn't couldn't get in nowhere, but it was a lot of people outside. So I'm in a car. Don't you drive a Scion? I'm sorry, I put you out there like that.
No,
But
Kia Soul, bro.
all right. Anyways, this was a Scion release event when the car first came out. So it was like it was this DJ on the side of the hotel DJing, and me and my brother can't do shit. We see all the people dancing and shit, so we just go out there. Motherfucker starts handing out CDs, and it was a Scion CD. It was like the case was the Scion, and it had the track list on the back. I went back, and it was all instrumentals, and I fell in love with it. Like I had it on repeat on the way home from Miami. As soon as I got home, I gave it to Rob, let him hear it. Rob being the researchy guy he is, he finds out who makes the beats and shit. It ended up being Diplo. He
No
looked in
way.
he looked in so deep into it. He found out nigga Diplo's from where we from. So he like found his mom in the phone book or some shit probably, and his called her and was like, I think he called. He was like, just let her know like we're big fans of your son. Just way before he was like anything. So it's like he's way big fans of your son. So she's kind of hyped. She was like, I promise you, next time he's in town, you guys can have dinner with him. And we were kind of like, all right, cool. And then like months later, he hit us up and we met him at the same McKenna's.
That is crazy.
We met him at McKenna's at the movie theater. It was cool. Yeah. Then we kind of stayed in contact, sent him like beats and shit, just get his opinion because he was way farther along than we were. And we kind of like looked up to him and then formed a friendship type shit.
And then was he the segue to you meeting Lil Internet and Lil Government, who ended up managing you?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Because he got 6 Forever on. Matt Deason wrote a little article about it. And then Lil Internet had dropped the video the same day and they wrote about it. And then he contacted me like the next day.
You guys ended up linking up in that Boston show, right?
That was our first time meeting in person.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I already had signed with them before I even met her. And then like I actually sent Joyce the
contract.
Is that all right if I say her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent her because like she was managing me at the time with no papers, but it's just kind of like homie shit. You know what I mean? A bond. And then yeah, she kind of green lighted it. You know what I mean? Because like I could read it. I can fucking read, but she has more.
Buckwheat Bill is an excellent reader.
she has more experience in that type of reading. You know what I'm saying? Because there's trickery and fuckeries in those contracts. And
definitely a lot of trickery in
you
contracts.
Came to Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually your first show out of state.
Yeah.
What was that like? Like, how was that experience?
It was exciting. Super exciting. It was like, once again, I think I had just got out of jail too, so it was like, fuck y'all niggas, like get out. Outside of state. Kind of like a flex, you know what I mean? It was cool. That was fun. Like, it was cool because everybody performing there were producers, DJs/producers, so I got to go in the studio with them.
You worked with Matt Deason in that space, but also like the producers like Jemba Jemba, who was very heavily involved with them as well. Was that all interconnected with all that?
Yeah. So how I look at it, whenever I dropped my first video and felt like Diplo was like at the same exact time. So he was like, bro, I ain't got time. Like, I'm over here with Chris Brown and shit. So I'm gonna link you up with these little niggas, Jimba and whoever else he can link me up with. And I kind of like formed a relationship with them. Me and Jimba worked a lot.
In Boston, you also met up with J Stash. That was the first time that you met up with him in person, right?
He had a clothing brand called Urban Relaxation. Met the nigga on Twitter right after I dropped 665. Like you said, it was getting a little traction and shit. So when I seen the nigga follow me, I'm like, who's this nigga? This model ass nigga with all these clothes and shit. Following me. He's got way more followers than me and shit. So it was insta follow back. And he DM'd me, say he fucked the video. And I was like the first person he ever sent clothes to, rapper wise at least. And then we hopped on the phone. I'll never forget the first phone conversation. First nigga to say was, we're both smoking Newports. I was like, bro, this nigga's weird. That's my dog. Okay,
you smoke Newports?
Yeah,
I smoke
yeah,
Newports
it was
too.
like, I smoke Newports too. Type shit. I was like,
This dude's different.
Yeah, this nigga's different. But nah, but then like where the bond, the closeness came from, obviously it's just being from Florida and just having interest and shit. But I ended up, once again, I got locked up one time. Before I met this nigga, he was putting $50 on my book a week for like months. And yeah. Insta, you know it. If you been in that situation, anybody that looks out for you when you're in that situation, you kind of like, y'all have a, you fuck, when you get out, you fuck with them heavy. You know what I'm saying? I remember. You feel me? So it's like, I instantly fuck with him. Then when I did the show in Boston, this nigga like surprised me. Like, he didn't even know he was gonna be there. He just like hit me up. He's like, where you at? He knew I had the show. But he was like, what's your address? I'm like, nigga, what? I sent him the address and he was like, oh, I'm 15 minutes away. I'm like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Once again, this nigga's weird, but that's my dog. That's like the story of my shit. But me and him, that's always been my dog. Still my dog.
What was your correlation between you and Relax Records, the record label that he made?
So at one point, I'm fucking with these niggas that were down there. Like, I'm going down to South Florida and shit. And I'm just starting to realize these niggas are hanging around. There's some niggas who want to rap. There's some niggas who just hang around. And
around him, like that whole circle, right?
At this point, was around us.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Niggas ain't know who I was. I'm from New SMYRNA. They from Broward. But they just kind of looked at me as like the rapper type shit. Even though they rap, but I was like the rapper of them type shit. And I just told that nigga, I was like, bro, you need to have Relax Gang and then put the niggas who rap on Relax Records. You know what I'm saying? If you look, that's why Relax Records has a K. And we was like on the LLC shit together, and then we started beefing. Yeah, that shit didn't go. I just wanted to clarify that like the little label idea was definitely my idea.
Another one of those mad decent connects was that track he did with Judge Judy, which was produced by Big Mac. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
It was all connected through Shake and Bass, that party by Jonathan Triska. He conceptualized the whole thing. Like, what was it? DJs was Males,
Ivar,
Dr. Khan, and obviously Mac
and Big Mac,
and City Tucker with like MC and shit.
Anyone who doesn't know, Shake and Bass is like the biggest dance party out of Orlando. It's a huge Moombahton dance party that lived on for quite some time. They would bring out artists all the time. Very rarely ever rappers. You were the only one they ever brought out that was a rapper, not a DJ.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Your boy.
It was pretty special.
I didn't know that at all.
Bro, that whole show was insane.
Yeah, I know you do Shake and Bass. It was gonna be lit.
That's actually how you came to collaborate with Big Mac, was through Shake and Bass, playing that night. Afterwards, went over to Big Mac's house. He showed you the track, instrumental of Judge Judy, and you said, I want that one. Yeah. And that's how you selected that. You made a video for it and everything.
Yeah, still today my favorite song I perform. One of them.
Damn.
And it's a little spiritual thing. I think about Mac when I perform it.
Absolutely.
If I'm in Florida, you're gonna have to take a moment of silence before I perform it, type shit.
So while we're talking about Florida things, who are some of your favorite, Florida rappers and artists?
Default, you gonna put Kodak in there. Just
it's guaranteed.
Default.
Guaranteed.
It's like an honorable mention. Kind of hard not to mention him. You mention your favorite. And then my favorite Florida artist, I might have to say Rob Banks.
Rob Banks.
For sure. When it comes to me, look, I can shout out all my homies if I want to. But as far as like a motherfucker, like I really that nigga that I don't know that well. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
really go check his shit out. It'd be right back. Anybody.
You know, growing up, what were some of the influences?
My mom was like a collector of music, I guess. She would kind of get like everything that was out. She was real big in the New Jack Swing, like Teddy Riley, that whole Boys and Men, BBD. Then that was like my shit. I was like, you know, like we didn't have control over what we played. My mama might let me and my brother play like what we wanted to listen to for probably like 10 minutes while she entertained. A lot of cussing, she don't really fuck with that. But like, if it was my choice, she let me play DJ, I would always kind of go to this Boys and Men Motown Philly album. And it was like all New Jacks swing, like that. It's like R&B you can dance to type shit.
Of course.
Kind of almost hip hop. Then my dad, he was like real big into like old reggae. He played the guitar. So like I had her on her like, you know, listening to almost everything. My dad was kind of stubborn and really only listened to that. But then like me, as far as like wanting to like make music and play instruments, that came from him. He used to kind of like force me to play the guitar. I was like 6.
No
And
way.
that's why I kind of hate it. I was like 6 years old with calluses on my hand and shit. He was on some Joe Jackson shit. Like I had to play for
Oh,
hours
shit.
before I could go outside and play. And it made me kind of hate guitar low key.
Just try to.
Yeah, and I always wanted to play the drums, so I started playing the drums, and yeah, that kind of went for me. Like going to middle school, I was like the drum captain. I was writing cadences for us and shit. I was like some super nerd shit. Like I ate my lunch in the band room. I was addicted. I was like one of them kids who used to walk around
Good.
school. I used to walk around school with my drumsticks in my hand, just
Fuck yeah.
beating on the walls and shit, showing off at all times, twirling them and shit. I was that kid. Me and my brother were big on the Hot Boys,
Mhm.
Cash Money, that whole No Limit shit, but we were more Cash Money than No Limit. Like it's deep. Like I was Lil Wayne for Halloween when I was a kid. And my brother was like Juvenile.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's deep. Like, and then when I first got The Block Is Hot, I thought he was a grown man with a squeaky voice for like the longest. And when I found out he was like 14 or some
Yeah.
shit, that's when I super fell in love. I was like, oh my God, that's
Mhm.
crazy. He's like a kid.
You've always used unique words to help describe what you're feeling. We'd like to do a segment called Buckwheat Bill's Dictionary, where you explain furthermore the meaning and origin of what these words are. Are you down?
Yeah.
What is Culinary?
Culinary. It was really important. That's why like I fought to get that word in the Urban Dictionary because it's so hard to explain. So if I don't do it right now, you can always go on the Urban Dictionary and type in Culinary, and it's published by Buckwheat Bill. And like I literally own the word. But like, yeah, my mainly Culinary is like that's my Culinary. Like you know what I mean? Like it's my little motivation. You want to go
Mhm.
to a party? Let's stop by the store, get a bottle, need a little bit of yin. You know what I mean? Yeah, kind of. But like the origin of the word is just a bunch of fucked up motherfuckers making up words, talking. Me and my homie Millie kind of like coined it.
Mhm.
And then we got a homie named Seabass. He's like one of the yin commanders. You know what I mean? He's kind of like pushes the yin. It kind of be like an adjective almost. Like a party last night was a whole bunch of yin. Like yo, it was too much yinery. Too much yinery is a bad thing.
Talk to me about the dark arts.
The dark arts.
This is not Harry Potter related.
Shit's dark. I've never seen Harry Potter in my life. You know, dark arts is kind of self-explanatory. It's the dark arts. It can be actually dark, or it can be me just like trolling. I like saying it more with shit that's not supposed to be dark. You know what I mean? It's just dark.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's
Shit,
just,
hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's just dark. Or like it's a cool way to just say somebody's like mad. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think it's going dark. I can go dark. You know what I'm saying? You see me online posting some tweaky shit, I'm going dark.
Yeah, your
Definitely.
Twitter, you blow up that shit all the time. You let people know when it's time to go dark.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is your Twitter is the dark arts?
Yes.
I would definitely classify that.
Yes, it's got a moment every other day.
The next word is Viet. So what does Viet mean? How would one use Viet properly?
Viet is a Vietnamese war vet. It's just how it's a character. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Viet is a play off the dark arts because Viets are just dark. Like the dark arts. You know what I'm saying? They're dark. Do your research. You know nothing about the Viets. They're dark. So, you know what I'm saying? Back to my dog Millie, we used to just call each other the Viets. We did like a little research on it. Tiger's a Viet. Checks out.
Shit.
No way.
I think what's that bitch
Confirmed.
name? I think that bitch Karuchi, she's a Viet. Some famous Viets out there. You know what I'm saying?
What's with the call your mom?
Somebody was blowing me up and like stressing. I was like, nigga, call your mom. And I think I went on my Instagram and made it like a sneak dissy thing, but he knew I said it to him on the phone before I said it online. And that was kind of a wide message to everybody. And then love your mom, bro. I think that the weirdest thing is when a motherfucker got beef with their mom. Like I've talked to so many of my homeboys, like, well, if you don't call your mom, bro, that's weird as hell. It's Mother's Day, nigga. She's old. Like, if she die, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel dumb as hell.
You just recently dropped your mixtape, Easy Call.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about the work.
I'm in love with the mixtape era. The project has 3 original songs with heavy samples on them. Every other song is me beat jacking somebody else's shit, which is like one of my favorite things to do. And they finally gave me a chance. At first, before we dropped Culinary, it was like, nah, you need to work on your own records, which is okay, of course. I'm supposed to have my originals out there, but like me rapping on other people's beats is like recreation. It's just fun. It's not, can't take it too serious. I like taking their flow and flipping it and, you know what I mean? Taking their titles and flipping it and shit. So, yeah, so pretty much the take was like, just because we want to put out these heavy sample songs, we have the songs that we want to put out, and then he put it on me like, you just got to go to the studio and just rap over these industry beats. It was an easy call. Yeah.
Nice.
And that was an easy call.
And that was an easy call.
It was fun, yeah. That might be one of them easy call 2, 3, 4s type of things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Depends
like
on
just
how to...
a series of mixtapes.
Yeah.
When's the next Culinary coming out?
People want to know.
Honestly, I'm going to go work on another project with Dama Blanca, who I did Trap Demon 1.5 with. But I don't have a name for it. But after that project, then it's Culinary Volume 2.
We want to bring up your past work. First of all, Trap Demon. Is that you? Are you the Trap Demon?
I am the only one and only Trap Demon.
Okay.
This nigga, I hung around this motherfucker. I ain't gonna say this fuck ass nigga name. That was fucking stupid as fuck. But like, nigga, we really hung out with each other. You're on stage while I'm performing. We be flexing. Like, you know, my bro, you're dancing to the Trap Demon project, and then name his project Trap Demon. And then I confront him about it. He's like, I ain't never heard your project before.
Oh shit.
Nigga. You're like hitting the Dougie. This nigga's hitting the Dougie on stage. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'm Trap Demon for sure.
Okay. And then tell us a little bit more about Culinary Volume 1. Does that mean that there are other volumes to come after that?
I definitely plan on it. That's why I put that volume on. It was a risky thing to do. I'm living in LA. I'm working with this dude Casper. It was like, we do like 2 a week, like 12-hour sessions twice a week.
Producer, right?
Producer Casper, yeah, from out there. And the project won't even know, like, we wasn't working on the project. I was just making songs with this motherfucker. And then it got to the point where it's like, damn, we got enough. We got more than enough. Like, we do. I think that's probably why I put the one on there, because we have a bunch more songs. Around that time, the word was created too.
Culinary.
Yeah. So it was like a no-brainer. That's a word and a thing that's gonna stick with me. It's gonna have to stick with me forever. Yeah, that project's out now, by the way, on all streaming.
Yes, go stream.
Keep streaming that shit.
Volume 1.
Easy Call, Culinary. You got an EP and a mixtape. You can jam out for at least an hour.
For bare minimum.
For bare minimum an hour. I got you for a workout.
How did your relationship with Elevator Mag happen?
My homie Duke. So Duke was a writer. Shout out Duke. He like got me in the source. He got me like a bunch of like write-ups. He was everywhere he bounced around. And I think we got him fired one time because I got him posting like Relax Record shit when it's like he wasn't on his itinerary to do. He was like bumping other people off to put me on there and shit. Duke went to Elevator, but he was like really more involved because it was like him, the 2 owners, and then I think that was it. So Duke kind of like really put that in motion for me.
I feel that. Sure. No, you have a random cameo in 2015's Star Fox with Flair video, Hot Spicy Chicken Ramen. How did you even show up there?
He from Tallahassee. I was locked up in Tallahassee. I was rapping my ass off in that bitch just every Friday. We did the rap thing. Fun fact, I've been the best rapper in every jail I've been locked up in, hands down.
Oh, shit.
Hands down. Niggas thought I wasn't writing my own shit. Fuck that. But anyway. But yeah, nah. So one nigga there was like, bro, when you get out, you link my bro, Star Fox, blah, blah, blah. I did, like, over like Facebook, I think. But then he started fucking with Elevator somehow. And then, I was there just because I was really to fuck with Brian and Fam, with like the 2 owners at the time. And I used to really be at their house hanging out. I was in the neighborhood. He was just shooting that video. I was prepared. I had the drink and shit already. It was
The
like
OE?
the OE and the lean, and then I was just like, it was just perfect. Like they were hype. I showed up that day. Back then, having lean in your video was super cool. And that was the first time I met Star Fox. But after then, we kicked it a bunch. That's my dog. Man, cool.
Now, you also worked with DJ Smokey on your Trap Demon EP. He ended up producing 2 tracks for you, Mailbox and We Be Flexin'.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about?
I met him on a tour. Smokey, me, Suicide Boys, Black Smurf,
Damn.
and Yvng Scvm. It was like around 8886. After 666 Forever, we all in the same crib. So, bros upstairs making beats. I'll go in this room to smoke, start freestyling. Do you want this beat type shit? So, I mean, we recorded right then and there. I don't know what happened to those songs, but I recorded with almost everybody in that house, besides Sammy, I think, while we was there. But, yeah, then I guess me and Smokey actually went on, like, our own little late-night adventures.
Little journey?
Yeah, and that's what kind of got our bonds, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Closer than maybe the other people.
Mm-hmm.
We went to, like, some sketchy studio and did some sketchy shit. And, like, in the middle of the night, and we both not really familiar with New York, so it was, like, a real adventure. So we created, like, a little bond like that, and then once the tour was over with, then, started sending me beats.
That's real. No, you collaborate often. You know, you feature with a lot of other artists, including Sky, Ichabod Baines, Jida on the track, JK the Reaper, people that you wouldn't mind working with, even dead or alive.
Want to work with Dr. Dre.
Oh
Fuck
my
yes.
God.
Just because I heard how difficult he is in the studio. He's like a perfectionist. He'll make you do the same bar over and over again. I want to be like one of them niggas that he ain't have to do that to. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I want him to
Just
tell
like
a
a
story.
crazy drill session.
Yeah. I want him to be like, when Buck was in here, I didn't have to make him do it 100 times. You know what I'm saying?
Professional.
Yeah. I want to impress Dr. Dre. That's what just to say I did it.
The dark arts, man. To help people understand, I'll say a thing, and you tell me whether it is the dark arts or not. Oprah, dark arts or not?
Dark.
Dark arts, why?
Oprah's fucking dark, bro. Bro, now you talk about skin tone. She's just dark. Bro, you get a car, you get a car, bro.
That's some dark arts. That's some dark arts.
She had, what's her name, tweaking on there. What's the white dude's name? That was fucking jumping on the couch.
Fucking Tom Cruise.
Only Oprah can bring that out of you, bro.
Absolutely, 100%.
How about Maury Povich? Dark arts or not?
Nah, he's a good guy.
True.
Just doing a service to the community. He ain't fucking with nobody.
But how about this?
Everybody loves Maury. Like, who? I ain't seen nobody who was like, fuck Maury. One I can't stress enough is Air Bud.
Holy shit.
The movie.
Dark. Yeah, Air Bud the movie.
Is it blatantly obvious?
No.
Okay.
You gotta watch it.
Okay.
You gotta watch
The
it.
meaning
There's
behind
signs.
So basically, Disney, the dark arts confirmed.
Yeah.
Old school Disney was dark. I don't know nothing about the new Disney. I'm pretty sure it's even worse.
Guaranteed.
Even darker.
Yeah.
Even the darker arts.
The darker arts.
Yeah,
Disney.
dark arts is just some flag.
How about McDonald's? Dark arts or not?
Dark. But it's like when you go eat McDonald's, you're celebrating the dark arts. You know what I'm saying? You're indulging in the darkness.
Holy shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different type of dark. We know that shit's dark, but like, we love it.
2 a.m. in the morning, full moon.
Mm-hmm. Look at Ronald. Look at Ronald. Look at the crew.
The whole crew is dark as fuck.
Hamburgers.
Dude, you pulling up in that drive-through.
Grimace?
Like,
I don't fuck with Grimace.
looking at you in the
Grimace
window,
is
fucking Ronald in the window. He's like, I know you're here.
The staff
I knew you'd
always.
be back.
The staff is always sketchy. I don't give a fuck what neighborhood they're in.
It does not
sketchy
matter.
staff.
It does not matter. They'll square up immediately.
Because the people who live in those nice neighborhoods aren't working at McDonald's. Think about that.
When you're right, you're right.
Damn, who got the best staffs? Waffle House got a good staff.
I saw this stupid meme about Waffle House. It's hibachi.
Oh my god,
Like-
the
like,
grill.
Waffle House is hibachi.
It is.
It's
What?
technically speaking.
Holy
It's all on the
shit.
grill.
And you can watch.
What?
You literally, it blew
Yeah.
my fucking mind. I was like, they're so right.
A meal and a show?
A meal and a show. Someone's fucking shooting up in the parking lot. There's a fight happening. Everything's sticky. I'm still having a good time.
I'm at Waffle House.
Just being, open to working with others has been something that you've seen throughout your career. What are some things that you've learned from it?
I've learned to keep trusting myself, go with my gut, because there's people I could have worked with, and I think I have a good judge of character.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of times where I was like, damn, I'm happy I ain't worked with that motherfucker. Because once your shit's on the internet with that person, it's like
It's there
on
forever.
there forever.
Yeah.
So I think I've done good so far with picking. I don't really have no regrets.
That's real.
I don't got no regrets.
Is there any opportunities that maybe came through that you didn't go for or that you remember?
Or that you missed out on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Working with Lil Peep.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we got like, I was working with Smoker Sack and Cortex
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. He was working with them, but it was like one of them things where like we just didn't run into each other at the crib.
Mhm.
There's like one conversation we were talking about. Smoker Sack had a beat for us, and we like, yeah, bro, we gonna link. Blah, 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 blah. Just we both was moving around a lot at the time. So, but yeah, I was out in LA. It was a close one. I wish I would have pressed the issue, but I couldn't.
We can agree that food is a universal experience. You openly share your love for food online, whether it's featuring wings, grits, or basically anything that's fried. As a fellow food enthusiast, what are some of your culinary staples?
I like wings. I'm different. People be fucked up about flats. I like all the drums.
Same.
Yeah.
Drums are the
One-handed. I'm a one-handed bandit. Like I don't like get my hands dirty. If I can just hold it by the end and just dip and you know what I'm saying?
Rotate.
Yeah. I don't have to be like doing all that. I don't like that shit.
Splitting shit up and shit. No, I'm good.
I will at the crib, but like
gladly. But
outside,
Yeah.
I don't get like saucy ass wings.
What is the rub or what is the sauce that is the go-to for you?
Man,
That's
tell y'all, bro.
It's a secret.
It's my new shit. Every time I say it, somebody be like, "What the fuck?" That's how I know. But it's fire. Actually, I put motherfuckers on teriyaki lemon pepper sprinkles.
Yo. So
even when I order it, they be like, "Bro, what?"
Like, are you
Sometimes
sure?
a couple restaurants they don't even toss it. They just put the lemon pepper on the side, like in a little cup, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
Which is cool. Just make sure you put enough. This place in Kentucky, my brother put me on recently. It's called Indies. That's really good. Publix.
Staple.
Default. Honorable mention in Publix.
Yeah.
For real, because they're just consistent. You know what you're going to get.
It's the same every time.
Fucking time. I've never been like, I don't think I ever took back some Publix chicken.
That's deep.
I don't think, have you ever took back?
I haven't either.
This is,
Yeah.
And if you do,
Never.
they probably won't give it back to you. This ain't that weird, but hot fries and spinach dip.
Oh.
That's busting.
That actually
Wow.
sounds fucking fire.
Yeah, hot fries is
I just learned something today.
Oh, yeah,
I just
yeah.
leveled up.
I tried it just because the color. Because, green dip, red ass fries. I just wanted to, it just
That
felt
sounds
right.
amazing. Buck, thanks again for coming on. We really appreciate your time. We will be directing your next music video
Yeah.
coming out. So that's
Super
going to be
excited. It's a
insane.
video for one of the songs. Well, two of the songs actually on
Yeah.
Easy Call.
Is there anything you want to let anybody know out there?
Definitely follow you on Twitter because you say the most out-of-pocket things.
All my social media is all Buckwheat Bill. So I think I have almost every app. So yeah, there's that. We got don't forget the Culinary Volume 1. Still going hard. Still pushing that. All platforms. Then the Easy Call. That's on SoundCloud. Some of the singles are all platforms, but I'm jacking beats. That's the whole thing's on SoundCloud. Shout out SoundCloud for supporting it. I don't have a name for my next project yet, but I'm working on it. It's gonna be like me kind of broaden my horizons a little bit. Not really broad.
Out of your
Just the whole.
comfort
If
zone.
you listen to Culinary, it has the same pace
Okay.
through it, which I fuck with that. But we're gonna have that plus some more shit. I like other shit too. You know what I mean? I'm into like alternative sound and shit. So we're gonna like experiment. Next project will be more experimental. Got a couple names I'm playing with, but.
With that being said, Buck, thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you
man.
for real.
Honestly,
Thank you guys.
dude,
Appreciate it.
We love you so much.
I love you guys too.
With that being said, I said, with that being said,
With that being said,
That being said,
all the best. YS.
all the best, YS.
yes, sir.